Have you ever walked into a place that felt like it was watching you? Not haunted, not cursed, but alive. This happened to me last winter, and I swear what happened inside that abandoned rest stop still follows me. If you're watching this, don't pause, don't blink, because what I saw that night might be waiting behind someone's screen right now. I was driving alone on an empty highway at 2 in the morning, heading back from a late business meeting. The winter fog was so thick it felt like my headlights were cutting through a wall of cotton. My phone had died and the GPS shut off minutes ago. I just wanted to get home, but the road looked endless, stretching into nothing. After 20 more minutes of crawling through the thick, soupy fog, I saw something on the right side of the road, a dim, flickering light. A small rest stop. It looked old, abandoned. But I was exhausted and needed a break, even if it was just to clear my mind for a moment. I pulled into the cracked parking lot, and the second I turned off the engine, everything went completely silent. No wind, no rustling trees, just an unnerving stillness, as if the entire world had just paused. I stepped out of the car. The fog around the building seemed too thin as I moved closer, almost like it was inviting me inside. The front door was slightly ajar, creaking back and forth on its rusty hinges in a slow, hypnotic rhythm. I gave it a gentle push. Inside, the air was cold, way colder than it was outside. It felt like walking into a meat freezer. My breath instantly fogged in front of my face. The rest stop looked like it hadn't been touched in decades. Chairs were knocked over, tables were covered in a thick layer of dust, and a vending machine buzzed quietly in the corner, even though it clearly wasn't plugged into anything. I walked further in, my footsteps echoing in the silence, and that's when I heard it, a soft tapping, tap, tap, tap. It was coming from the restroom hallway at the back. I called out, "Hello, is anyone there?" No answer, just another tap in response. Against every single instinct screaming at me to leave, I moved closer. The hallway lights flickered erratically as I stepped forward, and then the tapping stopped. The restroom door slowly swung open on its own, revealing the darkness within. I cautiously stepped inside. The mirrors were covered in long cracks like intricate spider webs, and written across the center mirror were fresh words, foggy, like someone had just breathed on the glass and drawn them. "Don't let it see you." My heart dropped into my stomach. I spun around, ready to bolt until I saw movement from the far corner of the room in the reflection. Something tall, thin, barely visible in the gloom. Its shape flickered like a glitch in a video. It was there, then gone, then there again. Its limbs were unnaturally long, almost dragging on the floor. And its head was tilted at a disturbing angle, as if its neck had been broken a long time ago. It didn't move toward me. It just stared. Or at least, I felt it stare, even though it had no eyes. The single light above me began to buzz violently. The creature twitched once, then twice, and then it suddenly lunged. I bolted out of the restroom, sprinting across the main lobby. The creature was right behind me, its claws scraping and ripping across the tiled floor. I reached the exit only to find the door wouldn't open. The hinges were sealed shut, as if they'd been fused together with metal. Behind me, the creature's breathing grew louder, faster, raspier. I turned around, but it was gone. Silence again. My chest heaved as I backed away from the sealed door. Then, from directly above me, a whisper slithered into my ear. "It sees you now." I looked up. The creature was on the ceiling, contorted like a spider. Before it could drop down on me, I grabbed a broken metal sign from the floor and swung it as hard as I possibly could. It let out a high-pitched, unnatural wail, and the ceiling lights burst, plunging the room into total darkness. I didn't think. I just ran. I didn't care where. I just ran until I saw a faint glow through a grimy window my car's headlights. I threw myself inside and turned the key and the car didn't start. And then I saw it. The creature was standing right in front of the hood, its silhouette dark against the fog. I slammed the key again. The engine roared to life. The creature rushed forward, slamming both its claws onto the windshield. I floored the gas pedal. It screeched, then vanished back into the thick fog. I drove without stopping until the sun rose. The next day, I tried to report the rest stop. The highway department told me something that still chills me to the bone. That rest stop burned down in 1998. No one's used it since. So, if you ever see a lone rest stop on a foggy night, just keep driving. Some places aren't abandoned, they're hungry. And once they notice you, escaping doesn't mean you're safe, because sometimes things that lose their home start searching for a new one. So check your mirrors tonight. Twice. Thanks for watching.